This is the theme to the Andy Griffith Show. It's also called The Fishing Hole. It was written by Ernie Hagen and Herbert Spencer in 1960, specifically for the TV show. There is a version where Andy sings the lyrics, and that's the key that I play it in. He sings it in the key of C. I played in the key of G, but I'm capoed up here on the 5th fret, so everything I say will be relative to the capo. So if I say I'm playing a G, it's going to look like this, even though that's truly a C. And the reason I play it on this fret is because it matches the key that Andy Griffith sings it in. It's basically a 1-4-5, which is a G, a C, and a D. There is an A chord in there. Chord structure for this first part is a G, a D, a G, a D, a G, a C, a G, a D. And the melody for that is, you start out with the hammering on to the 2nd fret of the 4th string. So you go from a D to an E here. And then you start with your G chord. At the same time you hit your G chord down here, you're hitting your D note for the melody. The next chord is a D chord. You're going to hit the D for the bass and the D in the melody at the same time. And then the C, and then back down to the B when you go, and then you go back down to the G in your bass. And you hit the 2nd and 3rd strings there, and then back to the D chord, which is the octave Ds. So the first part sounds like this. Then you're going to go to a C chord, but you're just hitting the 4th and 5th strings of your C chord, and then the open 3rd string, and then back down to a G chord, hitting your open 2nd and 3rd strings, and then back to a D, hitting your 3rd string on the 2nd fret as your melody. So it's like this: G, D, G, D, G, C, G, D. And then you repeat. And then it goes back to this G. And you've got 2 choices here. The first time he plays an A chord, playing your melody on the 2nd string, and then the 3rd string, and then to a D, playing the D note as your melody. Or the other option is which is a D chord. So you're hitting the 3rd string, 2nd fret, and then making this D chord on the 4th and the 5th strings. It's just like a C, but it's moved up 2. And then back to a G chord with your melody on the 4th string. So it's Then we get to the break. It's a C with your melody and there's many different melodies, and I do it different every time. And the melody's a E, D, E, and then a G chord with a D in the melody. Or you can do different ways of doing that. It's the same 2 chords with your melody basically on the E and D. And after you do that 3 times, then you move into the A chord. And that's just a straight up A chord, playing the melody on the 2nd string. And then on the 3rd string, then you let off the 2nd string, so it's an open B. And then put it back down, and then the D chord. So the break looks like this. And then it just goes back to the beginning of the song.